Hey everybody, it's the Badass Valkyrie, Amy Graham, and today I'm going to show you my migration from the Rhodia Goal Book into the Official Bullet Journal. Now, I had actually purchased the Rhodia Goal Book to use as my bullet journal for 2018 because I'm trying to test that out. And unfortunately, about 4 days in, well, it was actually exactly 4 days in, I realized that it was not going to work for me. And I had already put in a lot of things already. I decided there were things that were bugging me that I couldn't really get through. And I love the book itself. It has, you know, the pre-built future log. It has the 6 pages for index, everything. And I had put so much work into it, getting all of this in here, and yet it made me crazy. And I mean, I had already planned it out, everything was going great. And then this. I don't know if you can hear that, but that happened all the way through it. And it was so annoying. And I also do not like the darker dots and the darker paper in the Rhodia. I love the paper itself. It's amazing paper, but I did not like how dark the dots were, and I didn't like the darker cream of the paper. I don't know if you can tell up close, but this is my Leuchtturm1917 Official Bullet Journal compared to the Goal Book. The dots are bigger. They're a fraction wider apart. And the other thing that I just didn't know that I didn't like is the flexibility of this. So while it's a great notebook, it just doesn't do what I wanted it to. I mean, it would work perfectly. It's just too annoying. And I wanted my first bullet journal experience to be as good of an experience as I can get. Also, you can tell the Rhodia is just a fraction taller and a fraction wider than the Leuchtturm. And originally, the reason I went with the soft cover was so that this could go with my Hobonichi Cousin of Vec, the first half of the year, and I could put both of them into my Mina Perhonen Hobonichi tambourine cover for the A5. And because this one was just slightly larger and thicker than the bullet journal, it just didn't fit. So the whole reasoning behind going with this did not work. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and go through the bullet journal. This is the Official Bullet Journal by Leuchtturm1917, and this was done in conjunction with Rhodia Carroll, who is the creator of the bullet journal system. And in the opening of the book, in the cover, which is really nice, it has the preset keys that he has suggested, and then you have plenty of room to enter your own. This is just some quotes from Rhodia Carroll himself. I watched an interview with Brian from Goulet Pens. It was a Skype interview with Rhodia Carroll, and it is actually a really good video. I will go ahead and link it down below for you. So if you get a chance, you should watch it. It is a little bit long, but it is absolutely worth the watch. So this is The Library of My Life, Volume 1. Even though I am 51, you know, I've had plenty of other volumes, but this is the first official volume, and I started it on January 1st, 2018. They have tips going through the book of how to get started, and in the back, my husband and I at Dragon Con a couple of years ago, they have the reference to bulletjournal.com, various things of indexing, migration, collections, the different logs that you can go through, the different tips, all of that. I also have done a pen test with all of the pens that I normally use, so you can kind of get a view of that. And here is the back page. I thought I was actually doing it on the first empty page, but I didn't, but that's okay. The super marker, the fine line, and the brush pen, it actually showed through the most, but it was because I deposited a lot of ink there. But, so yeah, this is going to be my bullet journal for the year. Let me start out and show you some of the differences. This has the index already written in. Now you only get 4 pages here, whereas in the Rhodia you got 6, but that's quite all right. Then also the Rhodia had your future log done horizontally. And actually I decided that I really liked the vertical future log better, because this way I don't even have to have one page that's just a year at a glance. I can just put the months as they are, and granted it's over 2 pages or 2 spreads, but you know, that's okay because I'm gonna need to open it and look at it anyway. I also did a future log for 2019. I have a lot of tournaments, a lot of races, a lot of triathlons coming up, and actually planning out a year in advance is something that I do, along with different events and things for my office, for work. This is my 101 goals in 1001 days. This is not all of them, but these are the ones that I pulled out to work on throughout this bullet journal. I started this on my birthday, December 13th, 2017, when I turned 51, and it will end on 9/9/2020. So it goes a little over 2.5 years, 2.75 years, I believe. And so I have several of these that I am focusing on, and you'll see some of them included in the collections in this book. But if you see the little red numbers out to the side there, those are the numbers of the goal that they are in the one where they fall within the 101. And run at least 500 miles in 1 year. That's my 101st goal, just in case you're questioning. This is my Calendex for the year. These are my goals for 2018. My personal goals, I have 5. And I came to this with using the Momentum Planner pages, which again, I'll link below. But so these are the 5 goals: run my first triathlon sprint, finish my first novel, organize every room in my house, reach an additional 1,000 new subscribers on YouTube, and lose 30 pounds. I broke them down by quarter, so I knew what I had to do in each quarter. And then I break them down further by breaking them into each month. And so doing all of these tasks per month will get me to my quarterly goals, which will eventually get me to my yearly goals. These are the words of the year for 2018 for me. My main word is create, because as I transition through this year, there are a lot of things that I wanted to do, but because of the past 5 years being so focused on my training and on my fighting, that there were a lot of things that I didn't get to do. And so create, organize, complete, mindfulness, and adventure are my focus words for the year. What is the impact I want to have on the world today? It all starts with nutrition, and I have the power to fix my own problems. Those are, again, quotes from writer Carol, which just kind of stuck out to me. This is my ideal work day, and this is my ideal weekend. And this is broken down to show my daily training, what I do at work, what I do typically during a weekend, unless there's a training or a tournament or something like that, or a race. But on Mondays, I have triathlon training and Be Greater fitness training, which I have through Duncan McCallum, who is a personal trainer. Tuesday, I do a run, and then I have Jeet Kune Do. Wednesday, I have Kali. Both of these are done through Bernalis Institute of Martial Arts. Thursday, I have triathlon training and Be Greater fitness. Friday, I do a long run day, it will always be a 5K, if not a 10K, but I will minimum do a 5K that day. Then Saturday is my rest day because I do shopping and all of that. And then Sunday, I again do triathlon training and Be Greater fitness training. Now, usually, today being the exception, I do my training on Sunday in the morning, and then on Monday, I don't do it again until the evening. So there's a greater spread, or the greatest spread that I can do between those 2 days, so that I'm not overtraining those 2 days back to back. This will be my Walk to Mordor challenge, actually a Run to Mordor challenge. This is how I'm going to track my runs, and I believe that the mileage from Hobbiton to Mordor is 1,438 miles. The first leg of that is from Bag End to Rivendell. And I have some maps and some stickers coming from the UK, from Pemberley Prints. And that's why this hasn't been built out yet. As soon as I get those stickers and the maps in, I will put that in, and then I'll start drawing in the mileage so that I can actually tick off all of the miles I've already done. I'm also doing 101 new recipes to try with my Instapot because I love it. And so that's, goal number 96. So I'll be listing those there. I actually will put them all on individual recipe cards to go in my recipe box, but I'll list them here. Then read 100 books. That's my goal number 13. A to Z movie list, which a movie that starts with each letter of the alphabet. If you haven't seen Bright on Netflix, you should check it out because it's a freaking awesome movie and I loved it. Going forward, we have Lettering Every Damn Day with Llama's Letters, Cindy Gunter Baldo, and I am working on my handwriting, so this is going to help me with that. I have A Year in Pixels. I did have an asthma attack on New Year's Eve, but it was already after midnight, so it was technically the first. And then I have issues with hives and stomach issues and all that, so it's all very different than being sick, like having a cold or something like that. Then I have my January monthly log, my January task list, and on the opposite page, I have my January habits tracker. Now, I used my Copic markers, and I'm actually kind of disappointed because they bled through so much. My fine liners didn't at all, hardly. I mean, they've shadowed, but nothing like that. So I'm not going to use those again. And then these are the Llama's Letters words that I'm practicing, so trying to get my lettering much better. I have great small handwriting, but going larger, it's very hard for me. So I'm working on my lettering and on my handwriting this year. So it's a goal of mine. So every week you will have that. And this is my daily log. And so at the end of this today, I will mark this across and then bring down any tasks that I need to do in the next week's log. So far it's basically a task list that I need to get done during the week. But, as I said, this is the first time I've done a bullet journal ever. As long as you don't count the 4 days that I did the Rhodia Goal Book. But I'm sure that things will get more in depth as I go, but I'm just trying to do the minimalist portion of it so far to see how it goes. But this is my bullet journal, and it will work in conjunction with my Hobonichi Cousin Avec. And so I'm looking forward to trying it out. So if you use a bullet journal in conjunction with another planner, let me know below. I'm interested to see how you're doing it. If you're just putting tasks in, if you're just tracking collections, how do you make them work together if you do? And if you only bullet journal or if you only do something else, let me know. I'm very, very curious. As you can see, Heimdall, my lovely cat, has marked it as his own. He was laying on it and I went to pick him up and he dug in, and so, yeah, my boy leaves his mark. But it is now broken in and it's kind of like licking it. He's now punctured it, so it's mine. So I hope you guys have had a wonderful first week in 2018 and you are getting ready to look forward to the second week of 2018. Mine has not gone as planned, but it has shown me that it is all doable. So that was the key to my weekday at a glance, so that I can make sure that everything that I wanted to do, I could get done. And so that makes me happy. So while all of it didn't get done this week, that's okay. So yeah, so this is what I'm using going forward. So again, leave those answers to those questions for me below. And if you have any other questions about what I'm using, how I'm using them in conjunction, please let me know. But you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later.